What's going on, guys? This is Preston Moore here today with Moore Tutoring. I'm one of the co-founders of Moore Tutoring. Before we go any further, click the like button down below and click the subscribe button as well. It's going to help us out a ton, and it's going to make sure that you continue to get all of our best advice as it relates to SAT, ACT exam information and to college admissions advice. Now, again, I'm one of the co-founders of Moore Tutoring. I attended Georgetown University for undergrad, Harvard Law School. I graduated from both. And I am currently a licensed attorney, but I'm also one of the co-founders of Moore Tutoring. Moore Tutoring is an elite tutoring boutique that focuses on SAT and ACT exam prep, as well as the LSAT exam. On the SAT, ACT side, we hire only the absolute best of tutors. We hire only those that have scored in the 99th percentile and above on the exam. And we hire only those tutors that are either currently attending or have attended in the past one of the top 10 universities. As of right now, the majority of our tutors with the company come from Harvard University. This is tremendously helpful for a lot of reasons. If you're a student, it's someone that you can relate to, it's someone that you can work closely with. And if you're a parent, it's someone that your student is going to be more invested in working with and going through this process with, and excited to see someone that has navigated this process successfully and working closely with them. If we can help you out, click the link down below. We would love to work with you, and I would love to connect you with one of our tutors. Now, in today's video, we're going to be talking about the SAT versus the ACT, a question as old as time. Which one should you take? When I was taking the exam myself, I ended up taking both. And ultimately, that's what I'm going to recommend right out of the gate. Before we get into the distinctions and the nuances, you should just go take one exam of each and see how your diagnostics come out, but also get a firsthand experience with the exam and see what the exam feels like to you or to your student. When you're asking the question of which one you should take, I think that there are three primary differences, and I'm going to give them in order from least important to most important in terms of the differences. First most important thing is that the SAT has a math section that you cannot use a calculator for. The ACT math section you can use your calculator for. So what does that mean? That means that if you are a student that is very confident in your ability to whip out the right formulas and to handle math, where you can do mental math very well and you just trust your accuracy in those respects relative to your peers, then you might want to take the SAT because you're going to get to put those skills on display. On the other hand, if you're someone that says, no, I'm not so confident with that, you might want to look more at the ACT. Just one factor though, and again, the least important of the three that I'm going to provide in this video. Okay, second factor. The ACT has a science-specific section. Now, that science-specific section is not going to ask you, which kingdom does this bird belong to? It's not that kind of a science section. It's your ability to analyze, to reference graphs, charts, tables, etc. If you like that, and if you think that that kind of an exam mode really inures to your benefit, and you feel very confident in that science analysis space, you may want to look at the ACT. That's going to allow that to be a part of your exam final score. If it's something that you don't feel as confident with, if you'd much rather stick to the sort of tried and true road of grammar and reading, then you're probably going to want to steer more towards the SAT, ACT, which actually relates very closely to what I believe is the biggest, most important difference across the two exams, which is this, the math sections. Okay, so not just in the way that I mentioned it the first time, and I'll explain. So on the ACT exam, there are 4 sections that are going to contribute to your final score. One of those 4 sections is the math section. So there are 4 composite areas that you'll be scored on, and out of those 4 composite areas, they will come together and create your final score. Because math is only one of those 4 sections on the ACT, math comprises 1/4 of the input into your final composite score. The others relate to English and English, to reading, and to science. On the other hand, when you take the SAT exam, you're taking an exam that has a 50-50 input between math and between your reading / English side of skills. That composite is created out of critical reading passages as well as grammatical analysis. So you bring those two together, that's going to comprise 50%. The other 50% is going to be this calculator, no calculator math portion of the exam. Why is that a really big deal? It's a really big deal because what that means is that with the ACT exam, your score is comprised 25% of math, whereas with the SAT exam, your score is comprised 50% of math. So a very simple question could be, are you strong in math? If you are relatively stronger in math, then you probably will perform better on the SAT exam because math is going to be a relatively higher percentage of your final score. So, coming back though to right where we started off, which one should you do? Honestly, even if you're sitting right now after going through and me talking about this, you say, okay, I think I have a good sense of which one I'm going to do better on or which one my student would do better on, you should still go take them because you might be surprised. I know that I found myself quite surprised when I was taking the exams myself, and I know that that oftentimes students do. So go through, take the two, get a feel for them, and once you've done that, maybe you can start to hone in on saying, okay, I relatively perform better in this one, I relatively perform better in that one. I want to really focus in on this one and make this one score as high and as strong as I possibly can to submit with my application. That's all we have for today, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Again, if there's anything that my company, the people that work for us, can do to help you out with your SAT, ACT prep, click on the link down below, connect with us. You can either give us a call, send us a HubSpot submission form. We would love to talk to you and to see how we can make your dreams, those of your students' dreams, if you're a parent, if you're a teacher, to come to fruition so that this application process and all the excitement that goes around it is a big success for everyone involved. Thanks so much for checking in. Until next time, see you guys later.